Hi there. So about 2 weeks ago, I hit over 1,000 subscribers, and so I just wanted to start off by saying thank you guys so much. I'm really excited about that, and I hope that that number means I've been able to help a lot of you get some rest and relaxation and sleep and peace, and I hope that I can continue to do that in the future, maybe with this video. I'm a really big perfume junkie, and I really like perfume collection videos, so I figured I'd do one of my own, since I have kind of a lot of them. But before I do that, I am planning on doing some more humming videos in the near future, and I already know that I'm planning on doing one with the music of Joe Hisaishi, so that'll be music from the various Miyazaki movies, as well as some of his compositions that are just his own. But otherwise, if there are some songs, if there's a song, a piece that you would like me to include in a humming video, let me know and I will see what I can do. Alright, so I'm not going to talk about all of these perfumes because that would be insane, but I am going to talk about a lot of them, and my favorites are just ones that I like the look of. So I think I'm going to start first with this one. This is L by Lolita Lempicka, and I don't know if you can hear the liquid sound or not, but if you look at this one, you can see the bottle is blue. The liquid inside is more amber colored, but the bottle is blue, and the top has this, it looks like coral. It's like coral mesh. That type of coral that looks like a mesh. And there is an L charm, because that's the name of the perfume. Like a teardrop bead and a little starfish. And there's also a starfish imprinted on the bottle right there. So you would think, looking at that, I think that this is a very beachy, fresh, watery, aquatic fragrance. Or maybe that it smells tropical. None of that is the case. This is actually a warm, spicy vanilla scent. It's very well suited to fall and winter. And on me at least, I get a lot of pepperiness along with all that vanilla. It's a really nice scent though. It's pretty sweet, but it's not really overpowering or anything. I don't tend to care for perfumes that are. Next, since it's right next to it, I'll show you this one. I don't remember the name of the perfume itself, but this is by Lacoste. And I really love this bottle. The lid, don't care too much about it. But I love this bottom part of the bottle. It looks like some sort of potion, some sort of, I don't know, elixir that you would drink. It also reminds me of a plum. It's a really deep dark blue, and it just has this beautiful perfect globe shape, and it's shiny. And this perfume smells like dark creamy berries to me. And I like to wear it the most in probably the spring and summer. It has a little bit of almost a green note, meaning it smells like green leaves. I always use these perfume terms. I pretend like I know what they mean, but I don't. But it smells like green leaves slightly, underneath the berries, and I think that smells really good when that comes out, but it doesn't always. And I'm really big on bottles, on beautiful bottles, so I will search long and hard for perfumes that, in addition to enjoying the scent of it, I really like the bottle of. I don't think I'd ever buy a perfume just for the bottle. If it was cheap enough, I would. Actually, I did in one case, but if I both love the bottle and the perfume, it seals the deal. Next up, I'm going to show you this. This is Flora Botanica by Balenciaga. That's a name. And this one smells like roses. And it smells very cold too. So it smells kind of almost like a cold, icy rose. And I had been looking for a cold rose scent and asked about it online and was given this as a recommendation. And the next day I saw it in a discount store for dirt cheap. So of course I got it. I'm really happy I did. I think rose scents are often considered fairly mature smelling, maybe even a little old lady smelling. But I think the fact that this one is so cold smelling kind of helps counteract that. I also think the bottle's funny. Because when I look at this bottle, I do not think it's going to be a slightly powdery cold rose scent. It looks like it would be tropical. I think also with the name Flora Botanica, I would think it would be very tropical. Next up, I'm going to show you this one. This is Still by Jennifer Lopez. In general, I'm not a huge fan of most celebrity scents, but there are a few I like, and this is one of them. The main smell in this is bergamot, and if you don't know, bergamot is the main flavor scent in Earl Grey tea. So this smells a lot like Earl Grey tea, but of course since it's a perfume they made it sweeter and a little more rich somehow. And I think this bottle is fairly pretty. It's got a very shallow faceting all along the front, and Still is written on the back, so you see the name of the perfume through the front. And it has a little bit of this kind of aurora borealis style refraction. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's a very wearable, good everyday scent. Next, I am going to talk about this skull right here. This has been in, I think, at least one of my perfume roleplay videos. And this is not a alcohol perfume, it's an oil, and it is actually an oil that I mixed. So I've been really obsessed for the past several years with finding the perfect honey perfume. I love honey. I'm a honey nut, and I really want to have a perfect honey smelling perfume. And I wasn't finding many. The ones I was finding were really expensive, so I wasn't going to buy them. And this one, I found a person selling different just perfume oils, which you need to dilute them in order to wear them. You can also turn them into room sprays and things like that. So I got that and filled this with vitamin E oil and put that in. And it smells pretty good. It smells like a really pretty true sharp honey, but unfortunately it is just so sweet that I can't really wear it. It smells almost like having sticky honey on your arm. It's a little too much. I thought that was what I wanted. I was wrong. About the same time, I bought this. This is called Honey and the Moon by Tokyo Milk. The bottle is really cute. I lost the lid though. I like it when bottles have a nice thick imprint in their glass, and this one does. The seal of the company, and then you can look through the back and see there's a bee, because it's honey. This one I've used a lot of, and it's one of my favorite scents. It unfortunately does not smell like honey on me really at all. I had one of my best friends try it out. It smells like honey on her. But on me it smells more like chocolate, which is, it's not supposed to smell like chocolate. It's not one of its notes, but that's the fun thing about perfume. You never know what it's gonna do. So that is Honey in the Moon by Tokyo Milk. Continuing on the honey line, next I'm going to show you this. This is called Pure Honey, and it is by Kim Kardashian. I am not a real huge fan of the Kardashians, I must say, but I saw this in the store and I couldn't smell it. There's just one of them, and it was in its box and everything, and I was like, oh man, the bottle looks cute. It's called Pure Honey. I looked it up. It was supposed to smell like honey. I thought, oh gosh, can I give money to Kim Kardashian? And so I actually went home and thought about it for a couple days. I decided if it was still there when I went back, then it was meant to be, and it was, so I got it. I'm really glad I did. This is the closest thing to a true honey scent I've come across. It smells like very warm, soft, powdery honey, and there's a little bit of beeswax in the background, and I think the bottle is beautiful. Really thick, faceted glass, beautiful amber color to the liquid. And then there's a cute little bee on there, if you can see that. So really nice, classy bottle design. So good job, Kim Kardashian, on that perfume. Yeah. So, next up, I think I'm going to show you this. This is my most recent one. Look how pretty that bottle is. It is such a ladylike bottle, I think, and I love the pale green color of the liquid. I think it's too thick. I don't think you'll be able to hear the liquid. So, and this one's called Lovely Garden by Oriflamme, or Oriflame, I don't know. And this one was supposed to smell like milk and sugar. I think, like, it just sounded, what was listed as being how it smelled was very soft and creamy, and I love creamy scents, but they're really rare and hard to come by, in my experience anyhow. So I got this one, and unfortunately it does not really smell like the soft, ladylike, creamy thing I thought it would. It's a lot brighter, a little bit sharp, and has almost a sharp juiciness to it. Perfume juiciness, not like real juices or anything. There is this thing in the perfume world where, you know how when you eat a cherry or a grape candy, you put it in your mouth like, oh, this tastes like cherry, but it doesn't. It tastes like cherry candy. But you've come to associate cherry candy taste with cherry, even though it's nothing like a real cherry. Well, in the perfume world, a lot of the smells are like that. Like, oh, this is juicy. It doesn't smell like real juice, but it's like perfume juiciness. It's all over the place. Makes it really hard to find perfumes you like, because when people say something smells like honey, I'm like, oh, good, honey. It doesn't smell like honey, it smells like perfume honey, which I don't even know what that is. Which is not honey. Mini rant. So yeah, or Lovely Garden by Oriflamme. It smells pretty good. I don't know if I'll wear it a whole lot, just because it is pretty strong. It smells a little bit, if you're familiar with Burberry Brit, it smells a little bit like that, but sharper. Switching gears, I'm gonna talk talk about one of my absolute favorites, and this one actually is creamy. This is the creamiest perfume I know. I love this bottle. It's really weighty, and it goes from this sort of deep red to a dark, almost black, and to me it looks like a poisoned apple. It's called Hypnotic Poison. It's by Dior, I don't know, and it's a really creamy, lovely, deep, sort of vanilla-y scent, just sweet, creamy. And this one's definitely very wintry. I wear it almost every Christmas. And I actually used to hate perfume as a kid, and it would all give me a headache. And that was the first one that I smelled that I liked. And even though I don't think it's really super well suited to young people, I've been wearing it since I was about 15 or 16. So I love it. The next one I'm going to talk about is this, which is Ginger Essence from Origins. Origins is mostly more of a skincare, a little bit of makeup company. They make a lot of very natural skincare, creams, things like that. But they have a couple of perfumes, and this is one of them. And this is the most realistic, spicy ginger you'll ever get in a perfume, I think. It is just so fresh and raw and wonderful smelling. If you like ginger, if you like the smell of ginger, there's a little tiny bit of citrusiness in it, but mostly it's just ginger. And it doesn't project super far, but that's good for me. I don't usually want my perfumes to be projecting across the room. I just want people to smell them if they get close to me. And this one becomes soft quickly, but it lasts for a long time. So that one is really beautiful. I believe, no, never mind. I was going to say this would be the final honey I was going to talk about, but it's not. This is a recent one I got, and this is a perfume oil. It's by the Honey Gold Perfumery. And they have been making the same perfume oil since 1926. Yes. And this one I think smells a bit old-fashioned, but in a nice way. I think it's very pleasant. It's got a rather sharp honey, kind of similar to the sharp honey in this, but then it's sort of softened up by a bit of orange blossom. So I guess the gold is the orange, and the honey is the honey, and the honey gold. It's a pleasant scent. Alright, so next up I'm going to talk about the last honey scent that I have, and probably my favorite. This one is called Honey and Lemon by L'Occitane, and I'm about to talk about a bunch of L'Occitane fragrances. They probably make most of my favorites. And so honey and gold, and it's actually shimmering. So if I tilt it this way, you're going to see it get cloudy. It's actually the sparkles spreading around. So honey and lemon, or miel citron. And this one smells so good. It is like a piece of lemon with sugar all over it. A soft, like almost fizziness to it, and it's a very light honey, like some light honey poured over flowers or something. Not a deep, sticky honey at all. I wear this one a lot. I guess it's best in probably the spring and summer, but I wear it all year round. I don't know if you can see, but there are, the bottle is like honeycomb, like beeswax. The shape of honeycomb. So I think it's very clever, cute, and simple design. And this is actually discontinued. I think it's a fairly old fragrance. I got it secondhand, but I think when it came out, it was when things like having shimmer were really popular in cosmetics. It's not such a thing anymore. Maybe it'll come back though. So now that we've started on L'Occitane, I'm going to continue along that line. So this next one is this Fleur de Peach. Fleur de Peach, I don't know. I didn't take French. But basically peach blossom. And this smells like powdery peach. When I wear this one, I picture a beautiful and very elegant Victorian young lady sitting at her window with a big powder puff, dusting her nose. It's a very elegant but sort of reserved and a little bit, not stuffy, maybe a little bit, but I really like this one. I feel like it's innocent and youthful and refined. Next up, and in a very similar bottle, is Cherry Blossom. And this one, you don't know if you can tell, but it's a pink liquid, very pale pink. And like the peach blossom, it has the imprint of flowers on the bottle. Cherry blossoms in this case, peach blossoms in the other one. The bottles are actually identical though, so I guess it doesn't matter. And this one smells like, it doesn't really smell like cherry blossoms. If you have ever smelled cherry blossoms, they're very soft smelling. They don't have a lot of scent to them. And no perfume that says it smells like cherry blossoms that I have found smells anything like them. But this one smells really good nonetheless. It smells like warm flowers, very warm. And I think there's almost a little bit of cherry in it, but really a little bit. And I've been told this one smells the most like me. I wish I smelled this nice on my own, but I don't. But I guess something about it is more akin to my skin than my other perfumes. And I've used quite a lot of it, as you can see. This is very much a spring and summer fragrance, not suited to winter and fall. Next up is La Verte Jasmine, Green Tea Jasmine, again by L'Occitane. And you can see I've used a lot of this, and L'Occitane has this really annoying habit of discontinuing just about all their fragrances. So I bought a backup bottle of this one a long time ago because it's one of my favorites. So eventually I'll get through this one and start on the new one. I love the lines of this one, the design, very like Asian architecture. I think L'Occitane just does an overall very good job on their bottle design and their scents, so they've won my heart. And this one has a very cool, that tea smell, and the jasmine in it is a kind of cool jasmine, pretty realistic jasmine, I think. And it just smells like a nice cool tea with a bouquet of jasmine flowers at the center of the table that you're sitting at. Really nice, wearable, and I wear it many times a year, but I think especially in the summer and the spring. And so I think the second to last L'Occitane fragrance I have to show you is this one. It's called Arleasin. And you see the bottle is quite pretty. It has these imprints of roses, and I think I see a little dogwood bloom and maybe peonies. And this is basically mixed flowers, and it's kind of warm and powdery smelling. And to be honest, it smells a little old lady-ish to me. I got it in a trade when I was trading a perfume I didn't like. But it smells old lady-ish to me in a kind of pleasant way. I have a couple of very refined grey ants, and I can picture them wearing this. So I actually do wear it sometimes, even though I think it's a little mature for me. But again, a warm, powdery floral. The final L'Occitane scent I'll show you, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I feel like I'm going on and on about L'Occitane. Is this acacia? I'm not sure how to say it, but it's actually an oil, not an alcohol perfume. So you can spritz it and rub it in, and it's moisturizing. You can put it in the ends of your hair. If you need defrizzing, my hair is already very flat, so don't really use it for that. But this smells just like acacia flowers, which are really warm, and they just smell like the sun has been put into flowers. It's absolutely a picture of spring. When I wear this, I just picture sunlight streaming through, a little bit of humidity, and late spring mornings. And the flowers kind of come through on the waves of slightly humid wind. That's what this is to me. So I can't wait to wear it more. I got it for Christmas, and I'm gonna wear it a lot when spring comes around. Let's see, what have I not gone over yet? So sometimes I might buy something just because I like the person who made it, and I really like Shakira. So I got this. This is called Elixir by Shakira. And I don't wear it a lot, but I actually do really like the smell. I guess I just don't think it's super me. But I love the bottle. It's so pretty. The bottle and the smell. The bottle and the smell remind me of the desert, like looking out and seeing a desert with a blue sky beyond it. Like really beautiful and warm and dry, a little mysterious. I'm not sure, but maybe the artwork for this actually has a desert, and I'm just currently falling for advertising really well, and that's why that is in my head. I'm not sure. But it's a little bit musky. There's a general sweetness to it. But even though it's musky, still I picture warmth, like warm days and dry weather. And I think the bottle's really beautiful. It looks like an elixir. Next, I will talk about this green tea from the Body Shop. And this one just smells like waking up refreshed to me, which I never do. I'm not a morning person, but it just has such a rejuvenating smell to it. I don't think it smells a whole lot like green tea. It doesn't smell like that deep matcha smell in any event, but it smells very refreshing, and a little herbal, really, really nice. And I got this for Christmas. Got a whole set of it. I have the lotions and the body washes, all that, which I'm really excited about. Next up, I will talk about this Harajuku Lovers G by Gwen Stefani. And I don't know if this is the original G or not. If it isn't, it's very similar to the original Harajuku Lovers G, which is now discontinued, I believe. And the bottle's so cute, as you can see. But this one smells kind of like coconut, and I get like maybe sandalwood, some sort of nice woodiness underneath it. Just sort of really nice, not tropical scent, but the coconut is in there. So a few months ago I saw this really cheap and I thought, oh, Harajuku Lovers G, perfect, I love that one. And I thought it was discontinued, so I got it, and it's completely different. I guess this is just a different version, but this one, instead of being coconutty and warm, is like, smells cucumbery and watermelony, which maybe that sounds good, but I do not like it. It's just not my style of scent at all. So I want to try to get rid of this at some point. And then, a little while later, I saw this one, and this one, I looked it up and it sounded a lot more similar to the original, so I got it. And this one has a lot of pineapple in it, and look how cute it is. So adorable, really cute bottle. So I got it thinking it would be very pineapple-y and delicious, and I tried it on, and it does have pineapple, but I was trying to figure out what the smell reminds me of, and then I realized it's hairspray. This reminds me of hairspray. So I'm not a huge fan, but maybe in the summer I'll try it again. Sometimes scents can smell really different between different seasons or different days. So I think the last one that I'm going to talk about is this Fairy by Van Cleef & Arpels. I coveted over this perfume for like 3 years, and the bottle is too thick. It's not going to make any noise if I swish it, but look how beautiful it is. This huge crystal bottom, and then a fairy sitting on a flower. And I'm sorry, I keep looking at Perfume. I have a mirror set up. I'm trying not to. But I saw a picture of this and I was like, I have to have that. That is the best. That is the best perfume bottle of all the perfume bottles. But it's kind of expensive and I didn't want to buy it without smelling it first. And it sounded so good. People were saying it smelled like different berries or different flowers or this or that. And I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be the perfume. This is going to be the one perfume that I love more than everything. And its bottle's going to be great. It's all going to be great. So I finally, a couple months ago, I found this on eBay. This mostly empty bottle for $10 or something, and I was like, perfect, this is my chance to see how it smells and have the pretty bottle, and if I like it I can buy a full one. Well, I'm glad I did not buy a full one to begin with, because I do not like the smell at all. It's like sharp and fizzy, and there's a lot going on with it, and it makes me feel almost dizzy when I smell it. So I'm gonna keep this and always have this beautiful little bottle and little fairy. But I'm not going to wear it. I'm definitely not purchasing a full bottle. So I think that's all I'm going to go through tonight. Sometime I can talk about these perfumes, these Arabian perfume oils, which you may have seen if you've watched my perfume roleplays. They're hard to describe, I think, scent-wise, but they're so beautiful, and I want to get more and more of them because they look so pretty. So maybe another time I'll dedicate a video just to these. We'll see what happens. But anyhow, I hope this was relaxing and that you enjoyed it and that you will be able to get some good rest or have some new perfumes to try.